Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, juries. I'll present on behalf of DDH Keonjhar for the promotion of agriculture production cluster in district of Keonjhar. So, agriculture production cluster is a cluster of group of farmers whereby farmers and a producer groups and producer companies come together, produce a particular vegetable or particular crop, and market it at nearby market and at best price. So this is the basics of agriculture production cluster. So in Keonjhar district, we are promoting agriculture production cluster in all blocks or all talukas of the district, where all 13 blocks are coming together by creating a separate agriculture production cluster in that particular block or taluka. So next please. Yeah, this is the background of the district where we are operating. So we are operating in 457 villages by promoting 325 producer groups in these 457 villages, and we are working with 3,900 farmers. Mostly the farmers are small and marginal farmers from scheduled caste and scheduled tribes communities, and we are right now promoting around 12 producer companies. 12 producer companies in the district, and we having the shareholders of 7,500, and the agriculture coverage area is around 5,000 hectares. So this is the strategy of our intervention for the excellence, where we are promoting farmers collective by promotion of agriculture production cluster. We are actually promoting producer groups and producer companies in the districts, whereby the farmers are coming in, especially the women farmers are coming in and creating their group and strengthening themselves for the agriculture production. We are selecting winner crops for the particular group. Winner crops means where the value is high, the value, crop value or vegetable value, market value of the product is very high. So we are selecting such type of crop so that the profitability will increase. And at the same time, in a particular group, we are actually promoting synchronized and efficient production system. That means we are actually producing, or we are actually raising the seeds at a particular period of time, and we are marketing at a particular period of time. So that is called synchronized for marketing system and for the efficiency of the production cycle. And also we are diversifying agriculture. Apart from agriculture and vegetable production, we are also into livestock promotion, fisheries promotion, and other agriculture activities, where farmers can get some extra sort of benefit. And we are actually, with support from District Mineral Foundation Keonjhar, we are creating livelihood assets. We are creating various livelihood assets for each group. Livelihood assets include irrigation facilities, irrigation infrastructure, farm mechanization structure like weeder, power tiller, or power sprayer, etc. And also we are creating board shed, backyard poultry shed across the field by focusing the real and needy, poor and marginal farmers. Coming to the next slide. And also we are building the ecosystem whereby the marketing system and the whole structure will be synchronized and systematically set up starting from the production to the marketing cycle. So this is a unique model, sir, whereby the agriculture production is bringing all together 14 different district level departments like Odisha Millet Mission, Odisha Mission Shakti, Odisha Livelihood Mission, Horticulture Department, Agriculture Department, various other departments. So whereby all the departments are coming in one umbrella circle and giving the farmers are getting benefits out of it by getting benefits from different departmental schemes. Different departmental, where there is gap, where there is no any departmental scheme, therein DMF, District Mineral Foundation, is coming in for additional gap funding support, and support in institution building and asset creation. So this is quite helping the farmers, particularly the really rural and needy farmers of the district. Adoption of farm technology in our project, apart from generally earlier irrigation system like irrigation systems, and apart from that also we are into solar fencing system, whereby giving a big where the big agriculture land is getting a big patch of agricultural land is getting a solar fencing system, whereby the production can be systematically practiced. We are promoting backyard poultry with day shelter. Dragon fruit cultivation in the district we have promoted, first time in the district we have promoted, sir. And grafted brinjal we have already tried and tested, and now we are into grafted tomato varieties. So we are actually trying the grafted varieties of various vegetables. Apart from that, we are actually promoting strawberry farming, new micro irrigation system I have already told, and also permanent fencing from permanent trellis system. Next slide, sir. Uniqueness of the program is, this is quite unique in the sense that we are actually targeting the marginal women farmers. Marginal women farmers means farmers belonging, women farmer belonging from scheduled caste and scheduled tribe communities from the rural tribal areas and mining affected areas. So, so this is the quite uniqueness of the program. Means this is quite unique, making farming lucrative. Earlier traditionally the farmers are doing brinjal farming, for example, but they are not getting as much of market price. But by the intervention of agriculture production cluster, they are getting good benefit, because all the farmers are coming in a particular time, the production are coming in a particular time, and the market demand is in that particular time is high, and the farmers and the particular group PG or producer company have poised to give a higher market value or higher market price to the particular product. So collective marketing is coming in, and they have a collective voice due to this FPC program. And synchronized farming and marketing system, as you know, it's already it's systematically implementing, so it's giving and reaping a rich benefit to the farmers. Partnership and convergence with all the departments, as I mentioned, 16 departments are coming together for the benefits of the really needy farmers. So partnership and convergence are going on in a right track, and all the departments are also getting their target in a right target beneficiaries through the FPC, and it is a plus point for the FPC program. So we are also apart from that building the ecosystem. Coming to the next slide. So the scalability of project, definitely it can be scalable. It can be expanded to other potential GPs in that particular block or taluka. Like I said, we have already implemented in 5 to 10 GP in a particular taluka or block in a cluster. So we can expand it to other GPs where there is a potential of agriculture production or agriculture activity. We can have value addition for price appropriation of the product. We can also expand this project, because this is a unique project, and all the departments, all the farmers and really needy farmers are getting benefit out of it. So we can also expand it to other potential districts. Apart from that, the strengthened FPC, because the PG and FPCs are strengthened, it can be sustainable. The project can be sustainable. When the deputy director horticulture and all the line departments can check out, just leave the project, and the particular PG or FPC will sustain the project for their own benefit. And definitely, sir, apart from Orissa, it can also expand it to other central Indian states where there is tribal habitation, where tribal communities are living, and institution creation, and all those really needy farmers can get benefit out of the such type of FPC project. I'm coming to the next slides. A few photographs from our project, where we're actually promoting producer group and producer companies. So this is the process of PG formation, PG brainstorming meeting, then having the PG group funds collection meeting. They are having their shareholders, and shareholders are giving their funds to the group PG group for the formation, and sessions on unity of the PG for the sustainability. These are few photographs, and sir, these are the few impact photographs wherein we have actually marketed around 30,000 quintals of watermelon in last summer in the district, and also we have sorted tomatoes. We have sorted out means we have sorting and grading facilities for tomatoes, various other vegetables, cauliflower. Means you can see from the picture that farmers are getting rich benefit. You can see from the picture that this high tech farmings like drip and mulching are being implemented in the field through chili cultivation and cabbage cultivation, and this is a project of excellence, because wherein all the departments are coming in, and also we are giving a rich benefit of the farmers, benefit to the farmers by giving them advanced technology. So people are really getting benefit out of it. Yeah. Thank you, sir. I'll conclude my presentation here.
Thank you, and very good presentation, and it is an example of system improvement.
Yes, sir.
I've seen just now there is a you have shown that one company of farmers is there, and they are professionally working to sell their produce.
Yes, sir.
So are they selling their produce only within the state, or some export outside the state is also there?
Yes, sir. Means like I said, watermelon we have exported to Ranchi and Jamshedpur this last summer season. So the export is there to the outside of state, where means within the state we are trying to means supply the product, but where we could not get the right traders, we are exporting to outside of state. Right now we are into Ranchi and Jamshedpur area.
Okay. Is there any thought process going on regarding value addition? Like if some mangoes are being grown, then you put them in, make some jam out of it, and then sell the jam to the other states, or maybe you export it out of India.
Right, sir. Since we have saturated model, and we have a bulk of production, where we are planning to go into the value addition cycle, and we are means exploring with various vendors, various companies to do the value addition for mangoes or for various other vegetable products. We will definitely do the value addition. It will give a great benefit to the really needy farmers.
Yeah, your this adoption of farm technology like solar fencing, micro irrigation is also very good, and this type of activity should always be there, because your state is also not getting good amount of water, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, these type of activities are worth mentioning and seeing. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Through micro irrigation, we can increase the crop yield and we can increase the crop area. So that's why we're into micro.
Definitely, you can save a lot of water and energy as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Energy efficient also, and also we are promoting soil-less nurseries, where we are getting healthy saplings. So the products means because of healthy saplings, definitely the plants are healthy.
Yeah, definitely. You are doing the things now in a professional way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All the best to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
I think we can go to the next presentation.
डिवीजन से ये ऐसे एक हमने इनिशिएटिव किया है कि जिससे वाइल्ड लाइफ क्राइम्स जो आज तक बहुत बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, तो उसके लिए हमने एक पिछले साल 29 जुलाई जो एक इंटरनेशनल टाइगर डे था, तो उस दिन से हमने ये प्रोजेक्ट और जो इनिशिएटिव है हमने स्टार्ट किया कि जिसे डिटेक्टिंग वाइल्ड लाइफ क्राइम्स, नैबिंग पोचर्स एंड स्टेपिंग अप लॉ एनफोर्समेंट, इसके लिए हमने एक काम करना चाहा। तो उसमें एक हमने स्पेशल एंटी स्मगलिंग स्क्वाड का निर्माण किया, जो कि एक डिप्टी कंजर्वेटर ऑफ फॉरेस्ट टेरिटोरियल नागपुर फॉरेस्ट डिवीजन के अंडर में हमने वो उसको निर्माण किया, जिसमें से हमने एक अच्छा सा स्टाफ चुन के और जिनको एक अच्छे से हमने ट्रेन करके ये स्पेशल एंटी स्मगलिंग स्क्वाड हमने निर्माण किया था। और उसके अंतर्गत में हमने बहुत सारे जो इंफॉर्मेशन नेटवर्क्स वगैरह हमने तैयार करके जो रेड्स हुए थे, ये उसके ऊपर एक हमारा ये इनिशिएटिव। ये प्रोजेक्ट इस तरह से है कि जो स्टार्टेड डेट है इसकी 29 जुलाई 2021 जो इंटरनेशनल टाइगर डे से हमने जिसको शुरू कर दिया था। इसका ओवरव्यू सर ऐसा है इनिशिएटिव का कि जैसे कि वाइल्ड लाइफ क्राइम एक और उसका स्मगलिंग, जो पार्ट का स्मगलिंग होता है अलग अलग कारण के लिए, और जो कि एक लोकल लेवल से लेके एक नेशनल लेवल, उसके बाद इंटरनेशनल लेवल, ऐसे 3 टायर सिस्टम में इसका ये स्मगलिंग चलता है। तो हम जानते हैं कि ये जो वाइल्ड लाइफ स्मगलिंग है ये बहुत बड़ा एक ग्लोबल में चल रहा है। बिलियन ऑफ डॉलर्स जो है सर, ये हर साल में इसका जो स्मगलिंग होता है, जो भी बोलते हैं कि ये सेकंड इसमें आता है, जबकि ड्रग्स का और ह्यूमन अगर ट्रैफिकिंग का छोड़ते हैं तो ये सेकंड के ऊपर ये वाइल्ड लाइफ क्राइम जो होता है और उसका ये स्मगलिंग पार्ट स्मगलिंग का होता है सर। इसमें कि मैक्सिमम जो एक्सटेंशन की तरफ जा रहे हैं, और अभी अगर इसका स्मगलिंग हम नहीं रोक पाए, अभी इसका हम पोचिंग अगर रोक नहीं पाए, तो कल जाके सारे रेयर एंड एंडेंजर्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ जो है वो पूरे एक्सटिंक्ट हो जाएंगे। तो इनमें ये हमारा इनिशिएटिव चला कि टू प्रिवेंट द पोचिंग ऑफ वाइल्ड एनिमल्स एंड स्मगलिंग ऑफ वाइल्ड एनिमल पार्ट्स। तो जो कि लोकल लेवल में ही अगर हम ये पोचिंग रोक दे और ये स्मगलिंग का जो है पार्ट्स जो है, जो स्मगलिंग होते हैं, जो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे पहुंच जाते हैं, वो हम नीचे ही अगर इसको ब्रेक किया जाए तो ये नेशनल इंटरनेशनल लेवल में वो आएगा ही नहीं, जिससे डिमांड उसका वो अपने आप कम हो जाएगा। ये हमारा इनिशिएटिव रहा। इसके लिए हमने एक पेट्रोलिंग स्टार्ट किया, सर्विलेंस इसको ये किया, मॉनिटरिंग किया है, और जो भी लोकल ऑफेंडर्स है जो इस काम में रहते हैं, उनका एक हमने लिस्ट आउट किया है इसमें, और जो पुराने हमारे केसेस थे उसमें से जो भी ऑफेंडर्स थे उनके ऊपर हमने मॉनिटरिंग करना शुरू कर दिया। जो ये रेड्स होते रहे, जिसमें से हमको कुछ मोबाइल नंबर उनके जो मिले हैं, उनमें से हम कुछ मोबाइल नंबर्स का एक अलग से कर दिया है कि जो उनके जो व्हाट्सएप से कॉलिंग होता है या व्हाट्सएप में उनको कुछ ग्रुप में भेजा जाता है या एक मिनट से वो कॉलिंग करते हैं, तो वो सारे हमने मोबाइल नंबर्स का हमने एक लिस्ट बना दिया, और हमने जो लोकल इन्फॉर्मर्स है उनको हमने वो देके आगे से हमने उनके ऊपर कॉल करके कि भाई उनका स्टेट अभी क्या चल रहा है, या वो अभी क्या डिमांडिंग कर रहे हैं, या उनके करंट लोकेशन अभी कहाँ है, सारी चीजें हम इसमें लेते रहे। फिर जो इंफॉर्मेशन या इंटेलिजेंस नेटवर्क है वो हमने क्या किया है कि वो लोकल लेवल पे ही हमने एक अच्छा सा इंफॉर्मेशन नेटवर्क बना है, जो कि नीचे लेवल में जो कोचिंग्स होते हैं जिसका पार्ट्स निकाल के स्मगलिंग करना करते हैं, या उनको जो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे या नेशनल लेवल पे जो भी कोई ये स्मगलर्स है जो उनको ये कांटेक्ट करते हैं, तो हमने उनके इंफॉर्मेशन वैसे ही हमने वो नीचे एक इंटेलिजेंस नेटवर्क बनाया है, जो कि हमको रेगुलर वो इंफॉर्मेशन देते हैं कि आज वो ये गांव में ये आदमी दिखाया है, या ये कोई एक नया आदमी आया है, या जिस तरह से, तो हमको ये पता चलता है और हम उसके ऊपर मॉनिटरिंग एंड सर्विलेंस हमारा शुरू कर देते हैं। उसमें यह है कि ये फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट में कुछ जो मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी या टूल्स जो है अभी तक जो पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट में आता रहता है, तो वो हमने उनके वो डिपार्टमेंट से एक्वायर किया है, उनका हमने हेल्प लेके ये सारी टेक्नोलॉजीज टूल्स और जो इनोवेटिव टेक्निक्स उनके पास के भी है वो हमने अभी फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट में ये वाइल्ड लाइफ स्मगलिंग के लिए हमने यूज करना चाहा। सर जो टूल्स एंड टेक्नोलॉजी है कि पहले तो डीएनए जैसे प्रोफाइल्स एनालिसिस या बार कोडिंग के लिए हमको एक जैसे कि सीसीएमबी हैदराबाद या डब्ल्यूआई देहरादून यहाँ तक जाना होता था। अभी फोरेंसिक लेबोरेटरी जो रीजनल है नागपुर में, तो उसमें भी ये अवेलेबल हो चुका है, तो उसका हेल्प हम पूरी तरह से ले रहे हैं। ये डीएनए एनालिसिस हमको इतना ये होता है कि अगर हम कोई एक आधा पार्ट अगर स्मगलर से हमने रिकवर कर लिया है, तो वही पार्ट्स अगर हमने कहीं दूसरी जगह पे अगर सीज किया है, तो वो दोनों एक ही एनिमल्स के है। जैसे कि अगर किसी जगह पे हमने टाइगर्स के कैनाइन जब किए हैं, तो उसका अगर हमको जैसे डीएनए बारकोडिंग फोरेंसिक लेबोरेटरी से मिल जाता है, और उसी का ही पार्ट्स अगर कुछ विस्कर्स या बोन्स अगर हम दूसरी जगह पे सीज करते हैं, तो एक ही टाइगर के है कि नहीं, वो इसके लिए हमको ये काम में आ जाता है। दूसरी जगह ये अकॉस्टिक ट्रैप्स हमने जो यहाँ पर यूज किया है कि जो रिसाइकल्ड सेलफोन्स है, जिसे हम एक हमारा मध्यस्थी जो होता है, जो ये स्मगलर से हम कांटेक्ट करते हैं, तो इसके लिए हम ये रिसाइकल्ड सेलफोन्स यूज करते हैं, और जो फोन नंबर से मोबाइल नंबर जो ऑफेंडर से है उनको हम कॉल करते रहते हैं, और कोई ना कोई हमारे वो गिरफ्त में आ ही जाता है कि हाँ हमारे पास इस तरह से माल है और हम बेचना चाहते हैं। तो ये वाले सेल्स फोन्स हम यूज करते हैं, अकॉस्टिक ट्रैप्स उसको बोलते हैं। कैमरा ट्रैप्स एंड थर्मल इमेजिंग जो जंगल में हम इसका यूज प्रयोग करते हैं, जिससे कि अगर कोई जंगल में पोचिंग हिसाब से अगर जाता है, तो उसके सारे हमको इमेजेस वहां पर भी मिल जाते हैं, और उस तरह से फिर हम उनके पीछे हमारा सर्विलेंस और मॉनिटरिंग चलता रहता है। जीपीएस एनेबल कैमरास और स्मार्टफोन्स जो हम हमारे गार्ड्स और फॉरेस्टर को देते हैं, जिससे कि किसी भी रेड में अगर जाते हैं, तो हम सभी का लोकेशंस और जो हमको खबरी जो हमारा है, मुखबिर जो हमारा है, उसके पास का जीपीएस लोकेशन वो कंटिन्यू हमारा शुरू रहता है, जिससे कि हम रेड एक अच्छे से करते रहते हैं। साइबर सेल एक मेलघाट में है महाराष्ट्र का, और एक वाइल्ड लाइफ क्राइम सेल जो पीसीसीएफ हब के ऑफिस में इसको सेटअप किया गया है। वहां से भी हमको ये इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर्ड होती है, और जो भी हमारे रेट्स होते हैं या जो भी हमारे फाइल्स होते हैं, ऑफेंडर्स की प्रोफाइल शीट जो होती है, वो ये वाइल्ड लाइफ क्राइम सेल में हम अपडेट कर देते हैं। जैसे कि अगर किसी दूसरे इसमें कोई वही सेम स्मगलर पकड़ा गया हो, कोई 6-5 साल या 10 साल के पहले, अगर वही अगर अभी के पकड़ा गया हो, तो फिर वो हम पुराना रिकॉर्ड्स उसमें हम कंपैरिजन उसका कर सकते हैं, और उसके ऊपर की जो सेटिंग अप ऑफ लॉ एनफोर्समेंट है जो परफेक्टली हम करना चाहेंगे, तो उसमें हमको ये हेल्प अभी मिल रही है सर। नागपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट या नागपुर सर्कल, जिसमें 4 अदर डिस्ट्रिक्ट भी उनके अंडर में आते हैं सर्कल के इसमें, तो एक अभी ये सेंटर इंडिया का एक सेंटर है, सेंट्रल प्लेस है, जहाँ पर मैक्सिमम ये नेशनल हाईवेज या रेलवे रूट्स इसको ये इंटरसेक्शंस यहाँ पर होते रहते हैं, और एक मध्य भारत का ये मेन सिटी होने की वजह से यहाँ पर आजू बाजू के जैसे एमपी से या छत्तीसगढ़ या आजू बाजू से अगर कोई भी पार्ट्स अगर स्मगलिंग का होता है, तो ये यहाँ पर एक बहुत बड़ा हब अभी धीरे धीरे बन रहा है। इसलिए हमने ये प्रोजेक्ट पिछले साल हमने स्टार्ट किया था, और स्पेशली सिटी में ये हब जो अभी वाइल्ड लाइफ स्मगलिंग का बन रहा है, तो हम इसको पूरा का पूरा इरेडिकेशन करने का हम ये इनिशिएटिव प्रोग्राम से हम शुरू कर रहे हैं, मतलब किया गया है। स्पेशल एक्शन प्लान जो ऑफेंडर्स प्रोफाइल शीट का जो है कि पुराने 10-15 सालों से हमसे पूरा का पूरा हमने ऑफेंडर्स का एक ऑफेंडर शीट्स वाइल्ड लाइफ क्राइम सेल में हमने पूरा बना दिया है, जिससे कि सारे हमको ऑफेंडर्स की एक क्लिक पे हमारा सारा डिटेल्स उनका मिल सके। जैसे कि सर हम जानते हैं कि ये हमारा जो इनिशिएटिव जो प्रोग्राम्स है, ये पूरा का पूरा इरेडिकेशन ऑफ स्मगलिंग के ऊपर है। तो जो भी हम कंफिस्केशन ऑफ वाइल्ड एनिमल्स ऑर्गन्स एट लोकल लेवल एंड स्टॉपिंग पोचिंग का जो हमने किया है कि पहले हम लोकल लेवल पे अगर ध्यान दें, और यहाँ पे ही हम अगर पूरा पोचिंग अगर बंद कर देते हैं, और जो पार्ट स्मगलिंग जो ऊपर जाता है, जैसे लोकल लेवल पे से वो नेशनल लेवल जाएगा या इंटरनेशनल लेवल जाएगा, जैसे हम चाहते हैं कि सबसे ज्यादा डिमांड इन चीजों का जैसे चाइना में होता है, और जो अदर में है वहां पर होता है, तो हमने लोकल लेवल पे ही ये पूरी चेन ब्रेक करने से जो सारे पार्ट्स जो है हमारा वो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे जाएगा नहीं, और वहां पर से अपने आप डिमांड वो कम होता जाएगा। ये हमारी स्ट्रेटेजी हमने रखी है सर। इसके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स एंड नीड इनिशिएटिव्स इस तरह प्रोसेस है कि
sorry to interrupt, sir. You got 2 more minutes to conclude.
सर टू प्रोटेक्ट ये वाइल्ड लाइफ एंड फॉरेस्ट, ये सबसे हमारा ये है। और स्मगलिंग कल्चर जो है हम रिडक्शन करना चाहते हैं, ब्रेक द चेन सर। चैलेंजेस तो है कि यहाँ पर पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट जैसा हमारे पास फैसिलिटीज थोड़ा सा नहीं होता है या मैन पावर लेस होता है, लेकिन फिर भी हम स्टाफ को ट्रेनिंग्स और बाकी डिटेक्शन का और प्रिपरेशन ऑफ कंप्लेंट्स के उनको दिया हुआ है, और वो अभी हमारा कंटिन्यूशन चल रहा है और अच्छे से हम ये सेटिंग अप ऑफ लॉ कर रहे हैं सर। एंटी स्मगलिंग रेट्स अभी तक हमने 21 किया है सर, उसमें 110 एक्यूज को हमने अरेस्ट किया है। सर पोचिंग मेथड्स में इसमें इलेक्ट्रिकेशंस उन्होंने यूज किया है, पॉजिंग किया है, स्नेक ट्रैप्स, और जो अभी तक हमारा इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है जिसमें हमारा कंफर्म नहीं हुआ इस तरह से सर। और अभी तक हमने एक 6 फाइल कंप्लेंट कर गया है और बाकी के ये 21 केसेस में से इन्वेस्टिगेशन कंप्लीट हमारा 9 हो चुका है सर। ये कुमुलेटिव सीजर्स में अगर देखा जाए सर तो अभी टाइगर और लेपर्ड के हमने 4 स्किन, कैनाइन 52, क्लॉज 98, हेड 1 और 22.5 kg बोन्स, विस्कर्स 96 और पेंगुलिन के स्केल हम 7 kg और लाइव 1 और अदर वाइल्ड लाइफ के हमने 20 पार्ट्स अभी तक हमने सीज किया है सर। एनालिसिस में तो किलिंग हुआ है वो एक ड्रग्स के लिए या मनी के लिए, इस तरह से मैक्सिमम वो अफेंडर्स करते रहते हैं। प्लान भी हमने इसके लिए बहुत अच्छे से किया है कि क्विक एक्शन लेना है जैसी कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलती है। और सर आउटकम्स इसमें से हमको मिला है कि अभी कुछ हालत में उसमें कुछ स्मगलिंग कम हो गई है और पोचिंग का भी बहुत कम हुआ है। जैसे कि अभी टोटल रिकवरी और वैल्यू जो भी है जो पहले बिफोर हाई था अभी लेस है सर। सर ये कुछ पेपर क्लिपिंग्स है। और मीडिया ने भी हमको इसमें बहुत सा एक मानसिक तौर पे हमारे साथ खड़े रह के हेल्प की है। पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट में भी हमको बहुत सारी हेल्प की है सर। थैंक यू सर। सर प्रेजेंटेशन मेरा यहाँ पर है सर।
नरेंद्र जी, आपका प्रोजेक्ट तो फिर काफी सेंसिटिव है और ये काफी डिजायरेबल भी है, और आपने जैसे बताया है कि नागपुर हैज बिकम हब, तो आप इस हब को जल्दी से डिसमेंटल करिए, तभी बात बने। और बाकी कंट्री में और भी ऐसे स्टेट होंगे, आप उनसे भी थोड़ा सीख सकते हैं कि उन्होंने क्या क्या स्ट्रेटेजी अडॉप्ट की हैं ऐसा अरेस्ट करने में, क्योंकि ये बहुत ही गलत है। मतलब हर तरह से इस प्रॉब्लम को दूर करने की जरूरत है देश से। और आप अगला स्टेप क्या लेना चाहेंगे? अभी तो आपने मेरे ख्याल से 1-1.5 साल से ही शुरू किया है ये प्रोजेक्ट, काफी लेट है आप इसमें। तो आपकी बाकी फ्यूचर प्लान क्या है?
सर फ्यूचर प्लान हमारा यही है कि ये कंटिन्यू रहेगा, लेकिन सर जैसे कन्विक्शन रेट थोड़ा सा फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट के कोई भी केस का कम है, तो हम चाहते हैं कि ये जो कन्विक्शन रेट है वो बढ़े। मतलब जो लॉ एनफोर्समेंट तो हम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जो कोर्ट का जो काम रहता है वो हम थोड़ा सा और अच्छे से करेंगे, और इसमें कन्विक्शन रेट हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा लाने का कोशिश करेंगे। मैक्सिमम हमारा अंडर ट्रायल है।
మీరు గ్రేడ్ 1 ఆఫీసర్, మీరు ఎట్లా చెప్తే అట్లనే చేస్తాము, వేరే ఏం లేదు. నో, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్. లేదన్నా నేను అట్లనే చేద్దాం అనుకున్నా. తేజన్నా, నేను నువ్వు చెప్పినట్టే చేద్దాం అనుకుంటా.
ठीक है नरेंद्र जी, आप इस अच्छे काम को करते रहिए। आई थिंक नेक्स्ट ईयर तक आपको जरूर सफलता मिलेगी। अभी तो आपके ने बहुत काफी लंबा रास्ता पार करना है।
हाँ सर। सर आई वुड लाइक टू नो कि कुछ आप इन्वेंटरी भी मेंटेन करते हैं कि वाइल्ड लाइफ के अंदर में कितने एनिमल्स हैं, और उसका कोई असेसमेंट है आपके पास में?
सर जैसे कि टाइगर सेंसस तो हर साल में होता ही है, या बुद्ध पूर्णिमा वाला जो वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंसस भी होता है उसका डाटा हमारे पास रहता है सर। और रेगुलरली हमारा कैमरा ट्रैपिंग का इमेजेस रहते हैं, कि अभी पोजीशन हमारे इसमें क्या है, कितने जैसे कि टाइगर्स है, लेपर्ड्स है, उसका डाटा हमारे पास रहता है। वो पूरा जैसे कि रेंज वाइज रहता है। एक टोटल जैसे कि नागपुर फॉरेस्ट डिवीजन में टोटल 14 रेंजेस है, तो उन सभी का डाटा हमारे पास रहता है। और जो जैसे भी पोचिंग वगैरह हो जाती है ये तो उसका डीएनए एनालिसिस हमारे पास रहता है, तो वो कहाँ से हुआ है क्या नहीं, इसका हम सारा डाटा हम हमारे पास रखते हैं सर।
ओके, इसका मतलब स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को फेयर आइडिया रहता है कि हमारी स्टेट के अंदर में वाइल्ड लाइफ और एनिमल्स के साथ में क्या हो रहा है।
हाँ सर, मतलब जैसे कि वाइल्ड एनिमल के साथ क्या हो रहा है वो सर्विलेंस, जैसे कैमरा ट्रैपिंग सर्विलेंस हम जंगल में जो यूज करते हैं वो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को हम उसका डिटेल्स उनको पास रहता है।
अच्छा, दूसरा है कि ज्यादातर, क्योंकि आप ही मेंशन कर रहे थे कि ये गेम नेशनल नहीं है, इंटरनेशनल है, तो फॉरेनर्स की मूवमेंट को भी आप लोग वॉच करते हैं क्या इन द स्टेट?
जैसे लोकल लेवल पे होता है हमने, लेकिन कुछ जैसे हमारे अभी जो रेट्स हुए हैं तो उसमें से नेशनल लेवल तक, मतलब हम जैसे एमपी में या छत्तीसगढ़ हो तो है ऑलरेडी। और हम पूरे फॉरेस्ट में भी इसका वॉच हमारा मतलब रहता है सर।
ओके, मतलब योर बेसिक फोकस इज ऑन नेशनल लेवल, नॉट इंटरनेशनल लेवल।
सर हमने तो मतलब ये हमारा इनिशिएटिव ऐसा है कि हम पहले लोकल लेवल पे पूरा कंट्रोल करें, तो फिर इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे वो जो फास्ट स्मगलिंग होता है वो जाएगा ही नहीं, और वहां पर अपने आप डिमांड वो मतलब कंप्लीट ब्रेक हो जाएगा। इसलिए हम पूरा का पूरा भी फोकस कि हम लोकल लेवल पे ही काम कर रहे हैं। लेकिन अगर कोई डिटेक्ट होता है जो नेशनल लेवल पे या इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे, तो हम वहां पर जा रहे हैं। अभी तो मैक्सिमम सिर्फ हमारा हम जैसे एमपी में या छत्तीसगढ़ में जैसे हम जाके कुछ एक्यूज को पकड़ा है, तो अभी फिलहाल तो वो नेशनल लेवल पे ही है।
ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच
सर। थैंक यू सर।
It is about the conservation and
the serial
sustainability.
number?
serial number 7.
Serial number 7, sir. Serial number 7.
जी
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir. I think it's visible, sir.
yes sir, visible and clearly audible also. Please
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
Thank you, sir. It's about the conservation and sustainable use of biological resources in the state of Himachal Pradesh, actually. Yeah. Yeah, we know that biodiversity is the basis of life, and the 80% needs of the poor, they are dependent on the biodiversity. There, as per ILO, there are some 22 sectors, and almost biodiversity affects almost around 50 of those sectors. Actually, it means biodiversity is very important. We see that the scopes of bioresource-based industries world over, or their gross turnover, is very high actually. When we compare it with the union budget of India, we see that there are huge scopes in some of the sectors like tourism, pharmaceutical, biotechnology, and nutraceutical actually. We know the country is the second largest exporter of the biological resources actually, but most of these biological resources, they are traded in the form of raw material actually. And a few years back actually, there was a growth of around 14% in bioresource sector actually. Herbal medicine sector actually, sorry. We know that Himachal Pradesh is a rich repository of the of biodiversity, and around 11% of the country's biodiversity is represented in the state, and most of the biological resources which are traded or the tradable bioresources, they are endemic to the state of Himachal Pradesh. And more than 90% of the population resides in the rural areas, and there is a huge demand for some of the biological resources, like some of the medicinal plants like these Haconita heterophyllum. There are some other species like Kutki, Gentiana karua, or Picroraja karua, whose very high demand in the industries. They have exerted high pressure on the existence of these species in the wild, actually. And therefore these are placed under the category of threatened species. There are some 40 species of these medicinal plants which are in bulk demand in the industry. We have tried to analyze the trade chain, trade pattern, and economic valuation, or the value chain analysis. We have done value chain analysis of some 14 very important, unique and endemic species which are found in the state of Himachal Pradesh and are in bulk demand in the industry. These include Atis, Ratanjot, Sweet Musli, Salam Panja, Singli Mingli, Somlata, Kakoli, Kutki, Dhoop, Guchi, Revanchini, and so on. We have prepared the sustainable harvest and value addition protocols for 5 important species. These include Aconitum heterophyllum, Acorus calmus, Berberis, Bunium persicum, and Morsella esculenta. When we talk about the conservation and sustainable use of biological resources, we should have some knowledge about the sustainable harvest and value addition protocol methods, so that the pressure on the biological resources that gets minimized, actually. And we have done some assessment of some 11 high value endemic medicinal plants also in the state of Himachal Pradesh, so that we can justify the conservation of biological resources. In addition to that, we have documented some 250 ABS potential biological resources which are found in the state of Himachal Pradesh. Besides, some 35 wild fruit sources from the state of Himachal Pradesh, 23 traditional crops, and 53 fish species, they have also been documented. The document on tradable bioresources, it includes the conservation status of tradable medicinal plants, export potential of tradable commodities of Himachal Pradesh, dependence of local people on medicinal plants in the state, bioresource-based industry in the state, and so on. Then status of biodiversity in the state of Himachal Pradesh, that has also been documented. This is the traditional food grain crops of Himachal Pradesh, wherein some 23 species of traditional grains, they have been documented. Then this is the wild fruit, edible fruit plants of Himachal Pradesh. Then fish diversity. All these activities, they have been done under the implementation of the Biological Diversity Act, which provides for conservation of biological resources, sustainable use of its components, and a fair and equitable sharing of the benefits arising out of the use of the biological resources or the associated traditional knowledge. And the important provisions under the Biological Diversity Act, they provide for the research, for commercial utilization, for biosurvey, biodiversity, transfer of research results of any research, and IPR on biological resources, as well as the traditional knowledge associated thereto, by the Indian entities and by the non-Indian entities, actually. And the approval that is granted in the form of a mutually agreed term that is signed between the State Biodiversity Board and that is working under the Department of Environment, Science and Technology, and the applicant industry, so that the applicant industry could not get discouraged, actually, while using the biological resources or while getting the approval for commercial access to biological resources. These are some of the provisions, like Section 3 provides for the commercial utilization or the research by non-Indian entities. That is covered. Section 7 provides for the commercial utilization and research for commercial purposes by Indian citizens. And the benefit share has been provided, that is based upon the two systems, actually. They have been provided under the Act, actually. It is either on the annual gross factory sale of the product, that is between 0.1 to 5.5% of the annual factory sale of the product, or on the purchase price basis, that is to be shared between the State Biodiversity Board and the manufacturer or the user industry. Transfer of research results, they are also covered. IPR on any biological resources obtained from India is also covered. And while while deciding the benefits here, actually between 3 to 5%, there are certain things actually which are considered, like commercial utilization of the biological resources. What is the state of stages of research and development? What is the potential market for the outcome of research? These are some of the things which are determined, which are assessed while determining the benefits here actually. There is a State Biodiversity Board that has been constituted with its chairperson with 5 ex-officio members and the 5 expert members that regulates the biological resources, use of biological resources by the Indian entities and as well as the non-Indian entities. There is a provision of constitution of Biodiversity Management Committee at every local body actually. There are 7 members in each BMC or Biodiversity Management Committee. There are 2 general members, 2 female members, 1 SC/ST members, 1 chairman, and 1 secretary. Prior to recently concluded local body elections in the state of Madhya Pradesh, there were 3,371 local body in the state, and the State Biodiversity Board, through local bodies, we were able to constitute the BMCs in all the local bodies, and therefore we were having some 25,000 grassroots level functionaries who were associated with us for conservation and sustainable use of the biological resources. We are ensuring the participation.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. You, kindly conclude.
Okay, sir. And there was another thing which was the constitution of the People's Biodiversity Register. Means the information about the all biological components which are found in a local body, they were also documented in all 3371 local bodies, and has been uploaded on an online platform that is available on our web portal. Then we have notified 3 biodiversity sites in tribal areas of Pangi and Launch Spiti to ensure the participation of local people. Then some 18 species of plants and animals, they have been notified through central government for the state of Madhya Pradesh, thereby increasing the level of protection for these 18 species. Then we see huge scopes through implementing the provisions of the Biological Diversity Act and by ensuring the participation of local people. Actually, there are 2 types of benefits which are expected, and we are doing work on these things actually. Like we will get some equitable share of benefits, that is around 40 crore rupees per year actually to the State Biodiversity Board. We will be able to strengthen the marketing system, marketing mechanism. We would be able to do some value addition through small scale or cottage based industries. We are doing some work on linking the users directly to the producers, and we are encouraging the cultivation and doing the some training on cultivation of medicinal plants that is being imparted to the farmers, actually progressive farmers. Like there are certain examples actually. We will be able to, we are doing this work on this aspect also. Like we are strengthening the marketing system or marketing mechanism also. Then through value addition, we are targeting the small scale or cottage based industry actually. We will be able to increase the socio-economic returns by encouraging the cultivation and value addition of the biological resources. Then the very important thing is linking directly the producers and the users. Like in cultivated materials, the difference in rates between the producer at the producer level and at the user level, that is not very high actually. But in case of wild resources, the difference in rates at the producer level is and the user level, they are very high actually. We think if anyhow we get actually in some success to link the users and producers, we will be able to increase the socio-economic returns of the socio-economic returns through sustainable use of biological resources actually. There are certain scopes by encouraging the cultivation of some medicinal plants. Actually, we are doing work on these this aspect also, and some of the species they have been targeted. The work on conservation of some high altitude species like Sausuria costus, Aconitum, Heterophyllum, Inularissimus, and Pictorrhagia carua, that has been started in the Pangi Valley, that is cold desert area, the tribal belt area of Himachal Pradesh, and at the same time we have targeted the subtropical area of Unna, Hamirpur, and Kangra also. We feel there are some challenging issues also. We have to see we have to crack some hidden trade chains. We have to enhance the skill development. We have to do some capacity building of farmers, and we have to ultimately link the producers directly to the users. Thank you.
Thank you, Thakur sir. Very good project. Can you please elaborate on the high value items like medicinal plants and aromatic plants? What are your plans to increase their production and sale from state?
Sir, actually, we have actually very some of these species they are endemic to the Western Himalaya and mainly found in Himachal Pradesh, sir.
But you need to preserve them. You need to preserve them and expand them.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, we have started there is example. Actually, we have started training of progressive farmers at NMPB center at Jogindarnagar district Mandi. Actually, sir, it has started on 18th, and today is the last day actually of those training. Actually, we have targeted actually, sir, like one species is Pictorrhagia kadua, sir. That is called kadu. That is very good for liver actually. Its rate was some 500 to 700 per kg in Himachal actually prior to Corona, sir, actually. But during Corona, its demand has increased and its rate has gone up to 3,500 actually. If rate has gone high, it means the pressure on the wild resources has increased.
Sure.
Yeah, sir. We are encouraging cultivation of those medicine plants which are in bulk demand in industry, sir.
Okay. And what about the extinction species, just like you have mentioned about Brahma Kamal?
Yes, sir. Actually, there are some 18 species which have been notified through the central government as notified threatened species under Section 38 of the Biological Diversity Act. Means any type of commercial activity is not allowed on those species, and the State Biodiversity Board is doing work on its propagation actually, sir. At the same time, actually, we are encouraging if there is that species in bulk demand in industry, we are doing efforts to cultivate the species so that the pressure on bioresources that gets decreased, sir. We are doing that, sir.
Okay. Thank you, please.
Yeah. Sir, you have created a GS-based platform for managing BMC's activities.
Yes, actually, BMC's activity. Sir.
So what is the role of that? How useful it is GS-based activities? It is for monitoring or what?
It is not BMC's activities actually, sir. That is BMC platform is separate thing actually, sir. We have created the online platform for preparation and monitoring of the people's biodiversity register, sir. That is there in our website. Actually, 3371 unique IDs and passwords, they were generated and provided to each Gram Panchayat, BDC, urban local body, Jila Parshad. They were provided to all those, and the expert committees. There are 3 tiers of expert committee system actually, sir. One is at block level, second is at district level, and third is at state level actually. Who are monitoring the preparation of PBRs. They are monitoring the quality of those PBRs. And those unique IDs and passwords, they were also provided to experts also, sir. That is there, sir.
Okay. And what is the local role of local bodies?
Local bodies actually they constitute actually through resolution actually they constitute the BMC, sir. In most of the cases actually chairman of the BMC is Gram Panchayat Pradhan, sir, and secretary is secretary of the local body actually, sir.
Okay.
And at the same time, there are some provisions for monitoring the activities of BMCs by Gram Panchayat and submission of annual report to the Gram Panchayat also, sir, by BMC, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning to all the. Good morning, sir. Myself, Basavaraj Somanavar, sir, on behalf of Shivanand Kapse, MD. He's just now he transferred to as a. So on behalf of me, on behalf of him, I am general manager of this corporation. I representing MSP, and what are the outlooks of the MSP and what the actions are we are taken in recent years. What are the hiccups present in last decades? How we are overcome that hiccups and the total streamline of the MSP program in our state. It is our main gist of the my presentation, sir. So first, I would like to share what is the MSP and how MSP is helpful to our farmers of India, in particular Karnataka. Then, what are our main problems while procurement of MSP? Then, what are the particular hiccups? What are the problems we are solving this year, and what is our goal of MSP? Particularly, how we will, as a government, we reach our the last man of Karnataka, in particular in India, or in a global way, how we are helping to a nation and in a globe. And it is just I start from a humble, small act locally and think globally. So very few members, say hundreds. Our corporation is a very small organization of just having 300 people, and we are just accumulating nearly 5,000 LMT of procurement is done in Karnataka, sir, with a very handful of our employees. Though in a COVID situation, there are a lot of problems are arising during the procurement, sir. Then the first one is the brief review of our project. The MSP minimum support price is a scheme of government of India to help the farmer, and in turn it will help to environment and it will help to a consumer, sir. And basically MSP is the sudden intervention of intervention in a market to stabilize the prices. Whenever the bumper crop appears in a locally, then the government, any local governments, or in particularly in national level, the central government is intervene, and we have to get back the proper stabilization of a market to help the needy and poor people, poor farmers in particular, and it in large it will give a food security to India. And basically every year the price fixation is done by the various committees or various departments at centrally, and nearly 22 different crops are there in the MSP minimum support price, and among 22, our only 3 crops are generally we procured under a MSP program in Karnataka. That is a paddy, jawar, and ragi, sir. And jawar and ragi they are come under a millet portion, and the paddy is of course it is procured in most of the states, and in particularly in Karnataka, it is a pioneer in growing millets, sir. And then a brief review of our project is then we are procuring paddy and coarse grains on behalf of Karnataka. That too, it will help to intern. It will help to. It will again distributed in our TPDS, targeted public distribution system, and in the state of Karnataka, the state government through its procuring paddy and coarse grains on behalf of central government under NFSA scheme. Then after distribution of food grains procuring under MSP claims have to be prepared with the Government of India for reimbursement of the actual expenditure. Problems selected for implementation. There are so many problems arises during the even after the once procurement is over, at the time of procurement, there are so many problems are arises. First one, sometimes government policy differs from even well before procurement. The Government of India gives some broad guidelines, and it is all discussed in our state government. There is locally there is a small variations because of there is some 6 agro-climatic zones. For that reason, there is a small variation in either in handling charges or in labor charges. For that reason, we have to once again club up them and give proper guidelines on behalf of Government of India, Karnataka. So that's why there is a small difference in Government of India guidelines and Government of Karnataka guidelines, and that deviation is a major problem for us to getting a claims from Government of India. To overcome that one, since 3-4 years we are go on try to minimize the gap or a gulf between the Karnataka government and the Government of India, and we have to streamline what are the guidelines given by the Government of India. We make a one proper team to study what are guidelines given by the Karnataka GOI, and on par we have to we try to convince the cabinet subcommittee and even other appropriate higher authorities to what our agencies are facing a problem during procurement, and even after the procurement, getting the claims from Government of India is it is really difficult, and it is a really tough sell for us. For that reason, we try to minimize the gaps. Whatever the guidelines given by the Government of India, we have to readjust our figures to or our line to that Government of India. So that's why it is almost on par with the Government of India guidelines. Now that's why we get a good appreciation even from Government of India, and even we get appreciation from the farmers and even our authorities and Government of India. That's why we are since last decades, nearly 3,000 crores amount is pending at the Government of India, but because of our honest efforts made in COVID situations, we are just keep one think tanks of either audit team. We borrow some audit teams from outside, hiring audit teams, and even we appoint some software engineers to where are the small hiccups. There is a big chain from right from the procurement to claims. There are while procurement, there are once farmer is come to a registration center. At that time, the thousands of people are appearing at a registration center, and there is a big crowd is appear. Of course, though it may be out of line of this presentation, but I just wanted to give some brief review of how MSP is really tough for hardly two persons are handling. Earlier it was all manual. Now it is now we of course Karnataka is the in software. Then we have only hardly 2 members are present, and without any hassles, we take their registration within 1 month. That a procurement registration is 1 month. Then later on 3 months in a procurement process is going on, sir. Once a farmer is come with a grain, we are just registered, and it is graded by the agriculture department as a grader. then it is come to a PCIC cell, procurement officers login, then again go to a DBT, and within 48 hours. Earlier we used to give farmers money within it will take 3 to 4 months, but nowadays within this year we just give in 48 hours. That is a really great trust, or it is a really great what do we say, there is some the bonding between the farmer and government. Within 48 hours, one farmers get a good amount of whatever he gives. Within 48 hours, we give back their money. Then the trust is developed between the farming community and the government, and so that's why this year we are procuring nearly 2,500 crores. Earlier years, it is just around 300 or 400 crores. So the almost 6 to 7 fold increase is helped because of our honest efforts, that to our audit team, and that to our some software persons, and along with our the very small organization peoples that is represented nearly 300 to 400 people from a corporation. And the basic thing is that we are problem solutions. Then solutions implemented. So that's why what are the solutions we are providing to this age-old problem? Once is and we are exclusively the one MSP team is constituted, and a policy, and there are one small think tank. 3 to 4 members. They are very qualified and well organized people regarding policy and guidelines. We studied thoroughly and put it as it is, almost as it is, 90%. And the another one is earlier, once the procurement is over, and after the total food grain distributed in a PDS, once the total.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. You can conclude. Yeah, you can conclude, sir. You can conclude.
Yes, sir. Sir, that's why we main aim is just give our 2 minutes, sir. Within we all because of the MSP, an exclusive team is constituted, and policy, and all these make us to get a amount as early as possible. Within 48 hours, it is really a great bump in to a farming community, and there is a trust is developed between the farmers and the government, and hence it is in a coming years we become in a total PDS distribution. The entire millets, particularly millets, position is 26% of the total circulated food across the Karnataka, sir. And that millets are basically highly nutrient and highly nutrient, and even farmer environmental friendly, sir. And there is no pesticide and no fertilizers are utilized, particularly for ragi and millets, and that is drought prone. What our Prime Minister says that doubling the income of farmers, it is really true, sir. And basically the paddy, comparing to paddy and jawar or millet, the first one is it is a drought prone, even in a drought prone area, that the millets are grown and less consuming less water, and another one is less pesticide and less fertilizers are utilized for growth, and even for the next one is it is highly nutrient, sir. Then basically it is they are called as super foods, and though they are it is nowadays it is even in a once we given in a PDS system, it is even the poorest of poor can utilize nutritious food, sir. That is the main aim of in the coming years. We try to shift from consumption of paddy, I mean rice to millet, sir. And it is all. It is in turn it will help to a farming community, and the rural economy is developed. Already we are 2,000 crores of amount is just pumping to our rural economy. It is a great thrust, sir. And in turn, when we think in a global.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Please conclude, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And you give a small opportunity to address our things, sir. And rightly, if in the coming years we are certainly self-sufficient in food security, particularly Karnataka. Coming years, it is millet is nowadays it is a superfood, and it is globally accepted. And we certainly within a decade we shifted from rice to our locally grown millets. It will help to a farming community, and the great smile is appears on farming community. And wherever we go and meet our local people, it is really it is heart touching event for everybody, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, based on your recommendations from the Karnataka state, I think Karnataka is the only state which has included millets under PDS scheme. So
yes, sir, that is the one true. That's why.
Yes, based on that, I think millets production might have also increased in your state, and consequently, the farmers' income might have also gone up. So, what is the status? Has the area of cultivation of millets in your state gone up?
Sir, no.
Sir, you can see the graph here.
You may get it our entire information, sir. In a 2018-19, the total number of the farmers benefited in MSP is 27,408, and 276.19 crore millets we procure, sir. And then 19 and 2021, it is all progressive, sir. It is all it is increases, sir. Then earlier it was 3.3% of a total under PDS. Utilization is only 3.3%. Then next year it is 7.76, sir. Then next year it is 21. Now it is we are at 24%, sir. Consumption of millets in PDS, sir. Once it is distributed in a PDS, the entire the whole people of Karnataka is getting a nutritious food. Comparing the value of the is an impact on malnutrition, sir.
So, how much farmers' income might have gone up? Just an idea.
Earlier, sir, in a local market, we get a ragi is around about 2,000 to 2,500, sir. In a MSP, we are giving a 3,400. So it is a real that, and when go on increasing, sir. And the paddy cultivation, particularly in the Tungabhadra basin and the Kaveri basin.
And are you able to inventory of your food grains? You are efficiently distributing them.
And other. Yes, sir. Certainly, sir. What we procure and stored in a operation and in a central warehouse corporation. Then later on, as per the whatever the procured quantity, we have to estimate it. There is some software is there in Anvitarana portal. In Anvitarana portal is totally maintained by the central government, and whatever procured quantity, it is all pushed in Anvitarana portal, sir, and it should be matched end to end, sir. What consumption, what distribution, and what procurement, and it is all matched, sir.
So our software is linked to Annavitarana portal. The time the farmer, the beneficiary gets the ration there, so it is reflected in the Delhi software, Annavitarana portal.
So there is even
leakage.
Even we keep their money back to a farmers in a DBT, sir, in RTGS in a 48 hours. Once that our procurement officer is just pushed to a farmer's name and details to our central office, and within 48 hours we send their money back to their account. It is Aadhaar based, sir. Aadhaar is linked, and even the one more is the best thing is the.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Got it. Thank you, please.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir. No specific question to ask. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
From here. Sir, as you know, Keonjhar district is a mining prone district, and most of the minerals is the highest mineral export district from where we got the largest revenue. Since this district is where 85% of the people lives in the rural areas. So next slide. So more than 85% of the people live in the rural area. Traditionally, these are the tribal and the forest dwelling community who are dependent on subsistence shifting agriculture. As because of the mining and other entrepreneurial reason, they have been severely affected. So a WADI model has been devised by the Deputy Director Agriculture in Keonjhar. WADI model is not an obvious model, rather it was a model which was already has been accepted in the Gujarat as named as WADI, which means a small area where plants could be grown. So what is the difference between the WADI model that we have been practicing and what is the difference between the WADI model that has been established in other parts of the country? Sir, before that, I want to give a glimpse of the WADI model that we have over here. Sir, here we have an area covered under WADI, 14, apart from the DDH, whatever the horticulture mission has been taking up, through the funding of the DMF, we have 1460 acres of WADI where 21 GPs have been covered and about 36 villages, mining affected villages. I would stress the word mining affected villages where the mining have been done over there and the people were dependent on the mining, have regenerated and cultivated fruit tree plantation. And in these areas, total farmers groups, 127 farmers groups were formed, and the village development committee, 41 village development committee have been formed. These apartments, once again, I would like to come back, what is the difference? In a WADI area, we generally plant mango, cashew or anything, and the border crop is planted. But this is the difference in this area, is that apart from mango and cashew that is cultivated over here, intercrop is given a focus. Because many times it has been said that when when a plant, this plant has a long gestation period, and generally people don't take care of these plants, and plant get dried or and plant that is dead plant, and people do not take care of it. So when there is when the intercrop is involved and people are given focused on this intercrop activities, so the people move around the body area, and income is generated from those areas. So in this this body cultivation has been taken up in 1460 acres, and this is the 4th year of body cultivation. Where till now mango has yet to be come up. Mango and cashew has yet to be come up, but 968 acres of area, which is seasonally, has been taken up under intercrop, and people are earning about 1 lakh per area. And these peoples are generally tribal and mining affected people. And another difference in this area is that this area is not totally dependent on the monsoon. Rather, it is also dependent upon the irrigation structures have been created, be it borewell with solar pump and or with lift irrigation. Next slide. So what are the activities that has been taken up? As I had told you before, 1460 acres of body has been developed with 1516 families, where 95.3% survival is ensured, which is very rare in the other bodies area. Soil test before the taking up this body plantation, soil tests are being done, and intercrop, as I had mentioned before, acres of intercrop that is done, and there's 139 farmer groups has been formed, who take up this intercrop, and the whatever is produced, this farmer groups sell through producer company, and producer company is also formed. Capacity building training is imparted to this 15-16 families, which are women particularly, and apart from that, they have body staffs also there. These are being managed by NGOs who have body staffs for monitoring and evaluation of the total entire program. And this body is also a different model, because generally body is done through NAREGA or through NABA. But here the component, both NAREGA and the DMF contribution. DMF is District Mineral Foundation, which funds for the material component has been integrated. Then there is the farmer production company, as I had told you before, that his registration is being processed, is under process. You can look at the pictures of the body where intercrop has been done, and this intercrop, this watermelon and other things are being supplied to, even to the outside Odisha, to Jharkhand, even to Nepal also. Truck loads of watermelon are being supplied at a one season. These are being supplied, and these are entirely managed by the farmer producer group over there. And the sowing, weeding activities, people are involved in this sowing, weeding activities because they get the labor component from the NAREGA. So this also helps them. Means people are involved in the particular patch every time. Each and every time you go and visit the patch, people would be there. Next. As the land development, I had earlier mentioned that the land has been deteriorating in the mining areas. So through the plantation, land development is done, and pest care management is done, mulching is done. You could see the barbed wire which has been to protect the plants from the bleaching. That has been also. Then it has been also mulching is there. These are the plants management application of fertilizer and fertilizer. It is generally the fertilizers are organic fertilizer, not the chemical fertilizers. what has it impacted? It has improved the knowledge about agricultural practice. The 1460 acres of wasteland converted into productive land, improved women empowerment due to participation and decision making in farmers group and in
Sorry to interrupt, madam. You got 2 minutes to conclude.
Yeah, it has reduced migration. Generally, I would like to say here that during COVID, the people who came back had no works, so they were involved in this body plantation, and it has reduced migration to lot. And now these people are not going further to Gujarat or any other place. They are here and doing the work. Reduced forest grazing, changed food habit and lifestyle, improved health, sanitation situation through the SHG, improved marketing, skill knowledge, improved soil moisture health, crops, encourage others for orchard-based land use model, household income doubled in last 3 years. Next. Yeah, it has increased the capacity of the farmer, improved knowledge about marketing linkages established with foremost research budget and local heart, improved knowledge of organic practice, natural farming. Regular meeting, what are the farmer producer organization role? It has a regular meeting with the farmers, sensitize the farmer for promotion of APO, capacity building, creating awareness and exposure of farmer groups. That. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Very good project. So what are you doing to put these farmer producer organization in real place? By when you suppose to make them operationalize?
So farmer producer organization are there. We have started, the farmer producer company has already started, means the registration process is on. And seeing the impact of this, I would want to mention here that initially, we thought of taking 1560 acres of paddy. Now we have thinking of taking up 21,000 acres of paddy plantation in this district during this 5 years.
And what about marketing of their products?
Yeah, sir, we have a this farmer producer company will look after the marketing of the product. Deputy Director Horticulture is totally involved in that. So this company means explore the market outside and what are the accordingly intercrop is cultivated. And for the mango and the cashew, cold storage has been done. Mango processing unit is over there, which will revitalize in 1 or 2 years, named as Bilati Odisha. It has been over here. So that will also help in value addition of the product.
Okay. Thank you. Very good project.
Thank you.
Ma'am, in your presentation, you have mentioned that the total area covered is around 1,460 acres.
Yes.
And you have set up around 140 solar pumps, borewell,
yeah,
and 5 lift irrigation, 15 overhead tanks. Are they sufficient enough to cover this area, or some work is going on?
No, sir, it's sufficient enough. It's sufficient enough.
So, from where these funds are coming to implement this type of work?
Sir, I couldn't get it.
State government is supporting, or?
No, sir. District mineral, the material parts is covered through District Mineral Foundation.
Okay, they are supporting it.
Yes.
Okay. So, what about their maintenance?
So maintenance is done by the 1460 acres has been done through the executive agency is the Deputy Director of Horticulture, but the implementation part is done by through a RFP process through 3 NGOs. The NGO has their staff, Deputy Director has Horticulture has their staff. So total monitoring from DMF office to Deputy Director Horticulture office to the NGO partner, they have been monitoring and maintenance is being done. They help with maintenance of the.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.